my name's Tom. This is Winn Rentals here in Kelowna, and this is a 420,000 BTU diesel-powered Frost Fighter heater. Things you need with a Frost Fighter: you need a stack for the chimney. You need a couple of ducting, possibly 4 ducting. You need a thermostat, and you need a 10 gauge locking cord. Make sure your switch is off. Plug in your locking cord. We want to put the stack on. Stack has a clamp which you can get down and tighten up. There's little pins that slide into the holes. Now we want to stretch out our ducting. Now that we have everything hooked up, we want to flick the switch to manual. Now if we're using a thermostat, our thermostat would plug into here, and we would of course flick the switch down to thermostat and control our temperature from here. But today we're not, we're just going to use manual, and therefore the machine will just be blasting as hot as it can go. Now the process takes about 5 minutes for everything to fire up until we have heat blasting through our ducting. So this is what your Frost Fighter will sound like when she's fired up. Great way to tell is to just stick your hand down there and see if you got heat coming out. So now we're going to shut it down. The thing you do not do when you want to shut it down is unplug it. Please keep it plugged in and turn the switch to off. That's all. The machine will now power down the same way it powered up. You just let it sit, go have a cup of coffee, take a breather. You earned it. So if your Frost Fighter does not fire up, 2 most common problems is a kink in the hose or an improper shutdown, like just if you unplug it without powering it down, the machine will shut down improperly. So this little light here, if it's flashing red, that's usually what your issue was. Way to correct that is to press and hold this reset button for 1 second while this switch is in the manual position. Then it should reset and the machine should fire back up. Now if this red light is solid red, you have a bigger issue and you may have water in the fuel filter. And in any case, same process. The only difference is you hold this button down for 15 seconds or longer until this light turns yellow. If that does not happen, call Winn Rentals. A mechanic can walk you through, or we can send you out a new machine. So this is how you want your ducting to typically look. The less bends, the better. You can do another section on. Any longer and the machine doesn't have enough power to push the heat out, and then it backs up, which causes the soft lockout, which is the 1 second red button. You do not want your ducting on a 90-degree angle up. You do not want your ducting on a 90-degree over. Because of that reason, the air has to push out, and if it can't push all the way out, it backs up and causes the machine to shut down, forcing a reset.